And welcome back, everyone, to Overtime. As we teased earlier, we have a special guest with us, a very distinguished guest. Matter of fact, probably the most distinguished guest we've ever had here on the interview couch on this Sunday evening. She's an Indianola native who prepped at Gentry High School, where she was an All-American sprinter. She then ventured off to Florida State University, my alma mater. Matter of fact, we're going to touch on that in just a moment because our paths may have crossed while we were both at school in Tallahassee, but she also became a national champion in track and field at Florida State. We're so honored to have with us none other than Miss Janet Davis. Thank you so much, Miss Davis, for taking time out of your schedule to join us here on Overtime.
Thank you so much for having me.
And as I mentioned, so distinguished when we look at all your accomplishments. And I have to admit, if I were to run through your list of accomplishments, it would probably take the entire show to fill them all out. That's how impressive your resume is because, as I mentioned, you were All-American sprinter at Gentry High School. You broke all kind of records.
Yes.
Female Athlete of the Year for the state of Mississippi. You just name it, you accomplished it while you were at Gentry High School, and then, of course, had an outstanding track career at Florida State University. But your beginnings,
Yes.
That's where we want to start. Your talent. Take me back to when you realized that I'm pretty good at what I do when it comes to running.
Well, I started at Carver Elementary School, where Stanley Lott was the physical education teacher. And you used to have field days. So on those field days, you would have all types of activities going on. And I guess with us doing the relays and racing and everything, I was one that he noticed, and that's how it got started.
Well, I know you come from a big family. You told me that. Come from a family of 17.
And I'm number 15.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, wow. So having a big family, was there that some type of push maybe you felt like that maybe elevated your talent?
Well, no, my brother Arthur Davis was a great sprinter at Gentry as well in the 70s. So I would watch him and I would notice how people would pay attention to him, and I just started emulating. I'm like, I think, okay, if you can do it, I can do it.
And I know too that all your accomplishments, as I said, you ran the relays, you ran the sprints, you even did cross country too, I know, back in the day.
Yes.
But your proudest achievement, what would that be?
Wow, that's a pretty hard one. I can't say that one stands out. Now, I do like the resolution I just received from the state capitol of Mississippi. That was a beautiful ceremony. And I was great to be chosen to be a part of it. You know, that means after 38 years, someone thought enough of me to bring me back into the picture for this. And I just think it's a great honor.
Do you think your story is one that hasn't been told the way it should, the way it deserves to be told?
No, it hasn't. That's the thing that people don't know about the Indianola Track Club, is how we started and all of the hard work that we put into it, and just having 2 coaches to go with us, and then we started getting chaperones to help with the girls. So it's a story that nobody knows about, and probably myself and my teammates have probably only talked about it within the last 2 years.
And your prowess on the track allowed you not only to excel in Mississippi, but you've traveled the world.
Yes.
Talk a little about the places you've been that track has allowed you to experience.
Probably my biggest ones were when I made the United States senior team that went to Tokyo, Japan.
And you were still in high school.
I was 11th grade. And then I made the USA junior national team that went to Barquisimeto, Venezuela. So that was a fun event because our 4x100 meter relay team, which I anchored, we set an American record that year. So that was the highlight of that career.
And I know you've run against some of the greats too in the history of track and field when you consider you competed against Evelyn Ashford.
Yes, Evelyn
Flo
Ashford.
Jo.
Flo Jo.
And you were just still in high school.
I was just still in high school.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. What was your motivation? Where did it come from?
Again, you know, my coach is going to get tired of me saying this. but it came from him. And like I said, it began with my brother, Arthur, and then it finished it with my high school coach. Because he was more like a father to me. He was more like a father to us. So when people are like that in your life, you don't want to disappoint them. So you just try to, you know, do an even keel and just keep doing what you're doing. And so that's what I've always tried to do.
Well, I tell you, you've done it well, too.
Thank you.
Well, and I will say that you talked about your coach. He's in studio here, Coach Lott,
Yes.
who will join us when we come back after this short break, because you said your story can't be told without
Yes.
Coach Lott and the importance that
Right,
he played.
because we were, you got to remember, we were so young. I was eight years old, you know?
8 years
8
old,
years old.
and he noticed that
Yes.
talent in you
Yes.
and helped nurture it
Yes.
to become a world-class
And we
sprinter.
traveled cross country, indoor season, outdoor season for 11 years straight
Wow, wow,
without a break. And when we caught a break, it was in the month of August. Yes.
wow. Always on the run.
Yes.
All right. Well, I tell you what, we're going to run away just for a few minutes because we're going to take a break. But when we come back, we're going to have her coach, who she calls perhaps one of
Lott.
your, Coach Lott, who had a lot of talent. I saw the headlines that he shared with me. A lot of talent indeed, play on words. But again, Miss Janet Davis joining us here on Overtime. And when we come right back, we're going to have her coach, Coach Stanley Lott, join us here on the interview couch to talk about when he noticed the talent in this young lady here and how she was able to soar to higher heights. We'll be right back right after this short break.